Have you ever wondered what it looks like from a bird's point of view? This is something I've wanted to see from many years now. In fact, it's not a new concept. You can actually see quite a lot of videos of golden eagles and even peregrine falcons with cameras on them, which is absolutely amazing, incredible footage. But I've always wanted to do this for myself. So I did it a few years ago where I attached a little camera onto the back of a bird, but it was a very cheap little camera and it wasn't very good quality, and it ended up looking like a roller coaster ride. Now, I actually saw this done a couple of years ago by Dan Mercer over at Mercer Falconry, and he used this little camera here. This is an Insta360 GO 3S, this one, and it just attaches into its little housing like so, and you can detach this part, which I believe is like 38 grams or something. It's very light, about the same size as a thumb or a finger, very small, very lightweight. And I want to attach this onto the back of some of our birds. So we've got a few birds with a harness on, which can actually fit this camera onto. So we're going to get into this today and hopefully get some amazing footage. So let's go and get Willow out and get her ready to fly. Hey, big girl. Good girl. Yeah. You ready to be a camera lady, eh? Show us what you can see. Yeah. So I've just put the little cable tie looped through her backpack here, and the camera just slots in just like that. And then we'll cable tie this up. Not easy with one hand, big girl. Good girl. Make sure it's sitting straight, just like that. Snip. So the camera sits nice and flush to her back there, just on the backpack, and the cable tie just holds it in place. And it's a nice, easy little quick release cable tie as well, so nice and easy to take off and on. So let's see what that looks like, big girl. This is live video on the action pod from Willow's back. Look at that. You're gonna look at me. Ooh, scary. How cool is that? I can't wait. This is gonna be so good. So I'm choosing to record at 2.7K and 50 frames a second. And I'm also doing it in free frame video, which basically means it's slightly more square image, but I can stabilize the image a lot better. And as well, I can hopefully keep it a little bit more balanced, because obviously when they flap their wings, it does bounce around a little bit. But we'll see what this looks like when she gets going. And off she goes. Now, it's quite incredible how fast she takes off here. And she starts to circle around our aviaries before wandering off over the fields. And it's quite incredible to see the footage of her, especially circling and soaring. So I'm going to leave this to run here. Now, do be aware if you do get motion sickness, some of these circling parts might be a little bit much, so you can skip ahead if you need to. But it's just incredible. I'm really pleased with this footage. This is the second time she's worn this backpack. The first time I didn't press record, unfortunately, but she's not bothered by it whatsoever, and some of the footage is just incredible, and I look forward to using this more and more and seeing just what we can get with her. You can see here Willow diving in to finish off her flight. So in total she was actually gone for about 19 minutes, just cruising around the fields, drifting around, and then flying back to the guest on an experience day to finish off. So you can see Eric with his little camera on his back there, nice and simply cable tied across, and the camera just fits on there. Now moving on to our Peregrine Falcon, Eric. So Eric here was actually the first to wear this backpack, so this was a first test flight for Eric, and he handled it like a champ. So this is a little bit bigger for him because he's quite a bit smaller than Willow, so it's actually about 6.5% of his body weight, which is not too bad at all, but it's more the size on Eric. Obviously we've got to be careful about wind resistance, so we're not going to use this on a very strong windy day when he's flying. But as you can see, much quicker flight, and around the trees as well. It's amazing to see how agile this bird is. So just take it off here, just a quick push down, comes off super quick. There we go. Here we have Eric's second flight with the backpack the next day. So as you can see here, it's a little bit more of a bouncy footage here, and this is because I didn't record it in the proper free frame video mode. As such, it was recorded as you can see here, so it's a little bit more bouncy. We couldn't stabilize it as much as we previously did with the Willow and Eric's first test flight, but we found some amazing stuff as he was flying around here. Now here's the coolest thing I think we have seen so far. So I'm going to let this play out very quickly, and then we'll slow it down. That right there is a little sparrowhawk, a little male sparrowhawk, judging by the size. And without actually getting this footage on the computer, I thought that was a pigeon he was watching. But no, it turns out it was a little male sparrowhawk, which is kind of cool. After exploring the local area for a few minutes, Eric sits down and relaxes for a little bit. Now at this point I can see exactly where he is on the GPS transmitter, So I just go into my back garden where Eric can see me perfectly, and as you can see, a good 150 yards away is nothing to a peregrine, and he's straight off and straight after me. And as you can see here, he gains a little bit of height and then goes in for the kill. Now I'm going to leave this running at full speed, and then we'll repeat it and just show you it at 50% speed, just to show the precision of his flying here, because it's amazing to watch. As Eric comes into land here, this concludes our video for today. So let us know down in the comments what you thought of this new POV style video. I personally think the footage has come out better than I could have imagined. And let us know as well if you just want to see the raw footage with a little bit of backing soundtrack as well, because there is going to be lots and lots of this stuff to come. Thank you guys very much, and we'll see you next time.